Welcome to my 1000 topic English channel. Today, we'll be learning an English story to enhance our listening and writing skills. Subscribe now and join us as we explore amazing English words, vocabulary, and grammar to help you grow and succeed. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below and let us know what you'd love to see next. Chapter 1: The Warm Summer Days. In a lush meadow surrounded by towering trees and vibrant wildflowers, two very different neighbors lived side by side, an industrious ant named Anna and a carefree grasshopper named Greg. The meadow was a paradise during the summer months, with the sun shining brightly, the air filled with the hum of bees, and the scent of blooming flowers everywhere. Anna the ant was always busy. From dawn until dusk, she scurried about, gathering food and storing it in her underground nest. She collected grains, seeds, and tiny bits of fruit, carefully organizing them in her pantry. Her nest was a marvel of engineering, with tunnels and chambers designed to keep her food safe and dry. Anna believed in being prepared for the future, and she took great pride in her hard work. Greg the grasshopper, on the other hand, lived for the moment. He spent his days lounging in the sun, playing his fiddle, and singing joyful tunes. His music echoed through the meadow, bringing smiles to the faces of the other creatures. Greg believed that life was meant to be enjoyed, and he saw no reason to worry about the future. "Why work so hard when the world is so beautiful?" he often said. Chapter 2: A Friendly Warning. One sunny afternoon, as Anna was hauling a large grain of wheat back to her nest, she passed Greg, who was perched on a rock, playing a lively melody. "Hello, Anna," Greg called out. "Why don't you take a break and enjoy the day? Come, listen to my new song." Anna paused, wiping the sweat from her brow. "I can't, Greg," she replied. "Winter is coming, and I need to make sure I have enough food stored away. You should be doing the same." Greg laughed, his voice light and carefree. "Winter is months away. There's plenty of time to prepare. Besides, the sun is shining, and the world is full of music. Why waste such a beautiful day working?" Anna shook her head. "You'll regret it if you don't prepare," she warned. "Winter is harsh, and food will be scarce. You should start gathering supplies now." But Greg just waved her off. "Don't worry about me, Anna. I'll be fine. Life is too short to spend it working all the time." Chapter 3: The Changing Seasons. As the weeks passed, the days grew shorter, and the air grew cooler. The leaves on the trees turned golden and red, and the meadow was filled with the sound of rustling leaves. Anna continued her work, gathering as much food as she could. She knew that winter would be here soon, and she wanted to be ready. Greg, however, didn't seem to notice the changing seasons. He continued to play his fiddle and sing, enjoying the last warm days of autumn. Occasionally, he would see Anna working and chuckle to himself. "She's such a worrier," he thought. "Why can't she just relax and enjoy life?" One day, as Greg was playing a particularly cheerful tune, a cold wind swept through the meadow, sending a shiver down his spine. He looked up and noticed the gray clouds gathering in the sky. For the first time, a flicker of doubt crossed his mind. "Maybe I should start gathering some food," he thought. But the thought quickly passed, and he returned to his music. Chapter 4: The First Snow. Winter arrived with a vengeance. One morning, the meadow was blanketed in a thick layer of snow, and the temperature dropped sharply. The once vibrant meadow was now silent and still, with only the occasional sound of the wind howling through the trees. Anna was safe and warm in her nest, surrounded by her carefully stored food. She spent her days resting and eating, grateful for her hard work during the summer and autumn. She thought of Greg and wondered how he was faring. Greg, meanwhile, was not faring well at all. He had no food stored away, and the snow made it impossible to find anything to eat. His fiddle, which had once brought him so much joy, now felt heavy and useless in his hands. He was cold, hungry, and alone. Chapter 5: A Desperate Plea. One bitterly cold evening, Greg stumbled through the snow, his legs weak and his body shivering. He had no choice but to seek help from Anna. He knocked on the door of her nest, his voice trembling. "Anna, please help me. I'm cold and hungry. I don't have any food or shelter." Anna opened the door and looked at Greg with a mixture of pity and frustration. "Greg, I warned you about this," she said. "I told you to prepare for winter, but you didn't listen. You spent the summer playing and singing, while I worked hard to store food. Now you expect me to share what little I have." Greg hung his head in shame. "I know I made a mistake," he said. "I was foolish and careless. But please, Anna, have mercy. I won't survive the winter without your help." Anna sighed. She was torn between her desire to teach Greg a lesson and her compassion for a fellow creature in need. After a moment of silence, she stepped aside and gestured for Greg to come in. "You can stay with me," she said. "But you must promise to work hard next summer and prepare for the winter." Greg nodded eagerly. "I promise, Anna. I'll never make this mistake again." Chapter 6: A New Beginning. Greg stayed with Anna for the rest of the winter, sharing her food and warmth. As the days passed, he began to understand the value of hard work and preparation. He helped Anna with small tasks around the nest, and they spent their evenings talking and sharing stories. When spring finally arrived, the snow melted, and the meadow came alive once more. Greg kept his promise and worked alongside Anna, gathering food and preparing for the next winter. He still played his fiddle and sang, but now he did so in his free time, after his work was done. The other creatures in the meadow noticed the change in Greg and praised Anna for her kindness. "You taught him an important lesson," they said. "And you showed him the true meaning of friendship." Anna smiled. "We all make mistakes," she said. "What matters is that we learn from them and grow." And so, the ant and the grasshopper lived harmoniously, each balancing work and play, and each understanding the importance of preparation and responsibility. The meadow thrived, and their story became a timeless lesson for generations to come.